Now, this book that you're looking at before you, I had sought for this book for maybe about 6 years, maybe longer. The reprint of this book, it's hard to even get that because in the Marvel Essentials for the Amazing Spider-Man for this particular volume, someone on eBay wants like $100, and that's for the Essentials with this story in it, and also the death of Gwen Stacy with the Green Goblin story. So I kind of gave up hope until I ran into this one over there at his shop, at his house. And what makes this so special is, number one, is John Romita's art. John Romita Sr., not Jr. So that's a big deal in itself. Number two, that's an early appearance of Luke Cage. That was back when he was called Hero for Hire. Then he took on the name Power Man and he went back to Luke Cage. So the Luke Cage that you see on the Disney series comes from this guy. They had to upgrade him. Of course, they weren't going to have him in a loud mustard yellow shirt with blue pants and yellow boots. But this was cool in the 70s. As a kid, this was a book that it was hard for me to get. I never seemed to get this book, and I actually have it. Will I put it up for sale? I'm going to try to keep this book as long as possible and find maybe a reader's copy or a reprint of it before I sell it. It's not a cheap book, by no means, and I had some connections, with my boy, so I wound up getting it at a good price. But this book can start at roughly $35 and go up to over $100, because it's a rare book. Early appearance of Luke Cage, and he's fighting Spider-Man. And if you want to know why, this is right after the death of Gwen Stacy. And as we know from looking at the Marvel movies, that the Green Goblin was responsible for that. Well, depending on which one you watch. But anyway, in the comic book series, the Green Goblin was responsible for that. And he had blamed Spider-Man for it. And, J. Jonah Jameson is not a Spider-Man fan. So after when Stacy had died, they hired Luke Cage to bring Spider-Man down. Thus and forth, you see the fight scene, which and the fight in the book, it's amazing, and the art matches the cover. Same artist did the cover, did the book. So this here is a very valuable find for me. So I just had to show it off, and special thanks to John the Comic Guy for supplying me that book. Check out his channel. It's also on YouTube. So moving right along, we're going to move this over. I hate to even take it down. We have some more Bronze Age books. The original Defenders. I talked about that in the last video that I did. The Defenders from the 70s consisted of Hulk, Submariner, and Doctor Strange. Later on, they had Valkyrie, which she's on this cover way down here, and Nighthawk. But this is the original Defenders. They weren't really a team. They just was a group of people, group of superheroes that Doctor Strange would call on for special missions. And they really didn't get along all that well. But nevertheless, they still worked together. So this is Defenders number 16. And they're battling Magneto, brother of evil mutants, plus this guy, Alpha, the ultimate mutant menace. Very good book. Okay, this is later on in the 70s. This is 77, and we're still dealing with the original team of the Defenders. And you have Hulk, Hellcat, uh, Nighthawk. That's the new Valkyrie. She's still the same Valkyrie, but she's got an update on her suit. And you have Moon Knight in this book. The villain in the background, that's an old Nick Fury villain from the 70s, not the newer Nick Fury, not the Samuel Jackson version of Nick Fury. This was the one from the 70s, and that villain is Scorpio, who runs the Zodiac crime cartel. They're like again, they're all Zodiac signs, but they have superpowers, and they do criminal acts. So the Defenders are tangling with them in this particular issue, and this is number 48. This was a good find also. And on the back, I shoved this in the back because this is number 49. I think in the last video I was telling you I had number 50, but I could never get 48, 49, and 50 all at the same time. Well, thanks to my boy John, I actually got all three of them. So 50's downstairs. I'm not going to go get that. But this is 49, and you have Moon Knight there, Valkyrie, Hellcat, the Hulk, and they're trying to persuade the Hulk, who doesn't want to be bothered. He's in a mood to help them fight Scorpio, the guy I just showed you in the Scorpio cartel, the Zodiac cartel. This is really a fun book. It's real interesting and great art. And now we jump to an earlier Defenders. This was, I want to say 74, maybe even 75. And that's Nebulon, the Celestial Man. He had battled them before in the early 70s, and he was with Squadron Sinister. That was a hard to get book. I have it in the omnibus, but I don't have the actual book. So these are like my special top collection right here. Now, I told you I like graphic novels, so what I wound up picking up was Batman, 80 Years of the Bat Family. It's good. It's good. I just started reading it, but I actually thought that it was having more complete stories. You got a lot of different stories from Detective Comics in there, and it involves the characters that you see. But, it's not bad. I was on a hunt for Batman the Imposter, and I went back to get it from Ollie's, and somebody had got them all, so maybe I'll run into it later, but I will save this particular one. Okay, moving right along. We have in this haul I also got from John the Comic Guy. I just like these covers. This is Team 7, and this is from the DC comic line, as I was saying. And it looks like they have Deathstroke is in here. This character, let me set it down before I start taking it out for you. Rifter is actually an Image comic character, but DC acquired it back when Image was dealing with Wildstorm. So DC picked them up, and Grifter goes back as far as the whole Wildcat series when he first came out. There's some other characters in there I'm not familiar with yet, or maybe they just revamped them. But anyway, I like the cover, and this was number 1. Excuse the bag. The bag's a little rough looking. We'll get to the Black Panther in a minute. Okay, so we have T7 number 1. We have T7, which is Team 7, number 3. I would like to find 2 and 4, because I wound up jumping all the way to number 5. So I'm on a hunt for at least 2, 4. So I'll have 1 through 5. So maybe when I go back over and visit my dude, he'll have that for me. So now that brings me to the other thing I picked up from him. This is Black Panther number 16 from the year 2000. And this particular team that worked on the Black Panther, it was a real successful run for them. The book online, I think you can still get like at least about $16 for this book, because of the team that was on it. It was very popular, and I believe some of the elements from this run of the Black Panther they placed in the movie, so that's what makes this significant. Okay, moving right along, we're going to go to some more of the books that I picked up. And this run I picked up at these things, let's see, Wednesday I picked these up, and it was a nice little successful hunt. I like when I can find the stuff that interests me. So this is a Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, I think from the mid to late 2000s, and this is number 28. This is Spider-Man Unlimited, still from the 2000s. If it's not 2000s, this might be 99. I didn't even know they did a run with Spider-Man Unlimited. This is my first time seeing it, and you have a really juiced up Scorpion on the front cover. I never seen him look like that. He looked like he got stingers coming out of everywhere. Anyway, looks like an interesting read. This here, and we talked about Rob Liefeld, because you either love him or you can't stand his work. I won't say hate him. That's a strong word. Excuse me. So this is Rob Liefeld, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers number 1. The condition of this book is not as good as I would like it. It's a little raggedy, but I was glad to get it. This was like dollar bin hunting here, and which was cool because it was a good reader's copy. And I may even flip it depending on the value of it, but this was his first time on any of the Avengers. So, and this is a Earth's Mightiest Hero, Avengers number 74. This came a little bit later. This is later 2000s, and this is the Search for She-Hulk with a great Hawkeye cover. Really cool. And make sure I feel like I got something on the back. No, I don't. The book's just pretty thick. I have 2 books, that's why. Okay, this is Runaways, a variant edition, and it says 001. For some reason in the 2000s, they were doing a lot of 00 issues. They would drive me up the wall with that because sometimes it would throw me off when I was trying to collect a run of that particular book. But at any rate, picked this up. It looks like an interesting tie-in story to the Secret Wars, the modern Secret Wars. This is Marvel Comics for the UK, and it's a hero they have over there called Warhead, or Warheads, I guess. Oh wow, interesting. I know what Warhead looks like, but this particular issue has the X-Men in there and the Silver Surfer. Don't ask me what it's about because I haven't even read it yet, so it might get flipped before I even read it. This is an interesting hero that wound up joining the Avengers Initiative team in the mid to early 2000s, and it is a character called Slapstick. He's like from another dimension, and he's like this he's like a cartoon character, and he does a lot of things actually defying. He's superhuman, and as you can see, and he defies pretty much the human body. He looks like something that ran off a Bugs Bunny cartoon. But he does hang around a little bit. He gets into the Avengers later, which one of the many factions of them. At any rate, I picked it up. I think it has a little bit of value today. Okay, so we're going further in on the haul that I got from my boy, and that's John the Comic Guy. Um, some of these are a little rough. They're reader's copies, but this was by John Romita Jr., Spider-Man: The Lost Years, #2. I looked at the inside. It's got a little water damage, but it's not too much. But it's a good reader's copy. And if I don't move it out, keep it for myself and just wait till I get a better copy. Because I like John. I'd like the Romita's art, Junior and Senior. This is early Image. This is Prophet. A lot of these books here don't go for a lot because early Image, they were trying to do a superhero thing, and it was a little overdone everywhere else. The later Image Comics got into more creative stories like sci-fi, horror, and they have some heroes, but not too much. So they're better known for their work now. But this earlier work with Image, a lot of this stuff you can find in a dollar bin, and some of the stuff was good. It just they were competing with the big two because a lot of them came from Marvel. So, at any rate, moving right along. As I told you, I'm a Valiant comic fan, and we have Solar, Man of the Atom, and he is taking on Man of War, which is my other favorite character from Valiant, other than Bloodshot. So this might be a keeper for me, and unless I got a double downstairs, I got to take a look. Okay, we have from Now Comics. They got the license to reprint the Green Hornet. I have not even cracked this one open yet, but I had a Green Hornet graphic novel and I enjoyed it a lot. Okay. Eclipse Comics. This is the original run of Miracle Man, and this is #2. I'm hoping this inside is in a good condition because these books here can be a little pricey. Marvel did pick up Miracle Man, but this particular run got a lot of attention. And we have good old Batman, Detective Comics #643. I like that cover. And Marvel, from the Marvel Now run, Journey into Mystery. And that is an actual recreation of a old Marvel comic series in which Thor actually got his start in. But this may be a pretty good book. I haven't cracked this open yet either. But you see Thor is a part of it, and it looks like you got chick almost looks like Lady Loki, but it might be his partner Sif. And these names here I always forget. Balstag and what's that guy's name? Boldheart of Brave or something like that. I forget those names, but I always remember a lot of Thor. But anyway, pick that up. Now we're going to get to the last little bit of my stack that I got from my mans. Okay, this is Star Slayer from First Comics. It's an indie book, but this has a little bit of longevity behind it. A lot of people are trying to find these books, and I don't have too many of these. Usually when I get them, they go pretty fast. So I haven't read this one yet either. Okay, this is #8. Okay, now this was an interesting series that came out in the 2000s from Marvel called The Pulse. And this was based on, I think it was a rival newspaper that was rivaling the Daily Bugle, and they were showing you stories from the angles of the reporters, if I remember this right, from the reporters that were taking pictures of these superhero battles. So you got an amazing cover with Spider-Man and Green Goblin on here. I wish I knew the artist, but says inside Mark Bagley, and I liked his art. So, and Brian Michael Bendis must have wrote the book. That's when he was working with Marvel, and this was Pulse #5, so that should be pretty interesting. This is a kind of beat up copy of Thunderstrike #12, which was at one point Thor had lost his powers, and this other guy had picked up the mantle of Thor, but he called himself Thunderstrike. He was like a hip Thor. This was the late 90s going into the early 2000s. I used to have a pretty strong run of these books, but I sold the run a while ago. And it's facing a villain called Whiteout. Okay. Good old Silver Surfer. This run when Silver Surfer revamped in the 90s was really good. So I try to pick these up whenever I can find them. Another Spider-Man. He's taken on, of course, the Green Goblin. I think this is from the Child Within run, and that was a really dark story. Green Goblin did some stuff to Spider-Man, and it was like a fight to the death. And this is the Spectacular Spider-Man 180. I found another Issues of the Lost Gods, which is another spinoff from the Journey into Mystery series, number 505. Okay. Well, anyway, I had this book a long time ago, and I had sold it. Here it comes again. I like Iron Man. The Invincible Iron Man 14 from the 2000 run, and that's Ronan the Accuser. You got Fantastic Four on there. So yeah, this was a good book. I remember this book. We have X-Men versus the Avengers. Seemed like they did that so many times, but this was the first miniseries that came out in what is it? It looks like 87. I'm not sure. It's so blurry on the side. Okay, and that was number 1. So this is number 2. These copies are a little rough, but hey, I'm happy to have them. Okay, we're going to the last bit of my comic haul from Buddy. Okay. So this is Leonard Nimoy, if you remember him from Star Trek, the original Star Trek. He was Spock. Well, he started writing science fiction stories, and this one was called Prime Mortals, and it's number 1. I was looking for this book because I have another one downstairs. I think I have 2. So I was interested in see what it was about. Night Watch, number 6 with Venom. This was a short-lived run for this hero. It was a lot of big hype for him, but Marvel didn't really do all of what I thought they were going to do with him. So, But he was supposed to appear in one of the recent Marvel movies. Never happened. They changed it. Thor number 300. It looks like Walt Simonson's art, which is always good to have. This is another early Image character, Super Patriot. But I think, was it Eric Lawson? Or I don't know who did this art, but I like this art. So I try to pick these up. This is Super Patriot, Liberty and Justice number 1. Yeah, so the art is just interesting, so. Yeah. And Super Patriot number 4. Love that artwork. Love that art. The Heroic Age, Secret Warriors. And this is number... I can't even tell you what number it is because it's stickers on this. Oh, number 19. I'm sorry. Here's the number right Now we're getting into the Ultimates, number 5, which is the 616 version of the Avengers, which is where the Black Nick Fury comes into play. This is the Ultimates number 6. And the Ultimates number 8. And I think I have one last book left. Yes, this will end the video out. This was Dark Horse Comics when they picked up the license on Conan. The book's a little beat up, but it's a good reader's copy, and I plan to get into it. So, with all that being said, I'm glad you guys were here with me with this haul that I picked up. And once again, I want to show off the